Thank you for joining me. Welcome in. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back, beautiful people. All right. This is a collective reading for the zodiac sign Pisces. So this is for all my mermaids and mermen. Spirit asked me to do this, so I'm just following orders, y'all. Y'all know I typically don't read on zodiacs, but Spirit's been telling me to do this the last few months. So I'm finally getting around to it. But I'm only going to read for a few of the signs probably regularly. So aside from my Patreon memberships who get monthly love readings on Patreon. So my Patreon members, I'm still working on the zodiac love readings over there, so bear with me. When the divine calls me, I gotta answer the divine first, because that's who I work for. And everyone else who pays me, I work for y'all then. But till then, I work for the divine. So, alright, beautiful people. For the zodiac sign Pisces. Find out what Spirit wants to share with y'all, what the most prevalent messages are. So, beautiful people, just keep in mind, this is a collective reading for the sign Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placement. Okay, if you got Pisces anywhere in your chart, outside of the Sun, Pisces, then this reading might resonate for you too. So this is for all my mermaids and mermen. And in case y'all are wondering, I'm a Pisces myself, so. But I asked Spirit to not allow any of my energy into this. So this is for everyone else. So let's see. So beautiful people, if you're here and you're Pisces, take the messages that resonate, leave behind what does not, and know it's timeless. So if something doesn't speak to you today, maybe it'll speak to you down the road. If you should feel called to this reading, it'll be here. And my beautiful people, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, you can find those details in the description box, and I also have a pinned comment in the chat. And if you're curious about my memberships, I have a membership with YouTube and with Patreon. And the link's in the chat too. So, alright, beautiful people. Let's find out what Spirit wants to share with y'all. For all of my Pisces people. My beautiful Pisces. Alright, Spirit, show me. What's the overall energy for Pisces? What's the overall energy for this reading, please? And thank you. What's the overall energy for Pisces, Spirit, for this reading? Show me overall energy. Date night. Here we go. I should have known. I should have known. Turn into another love reading. All right, y'all. Naturally, like I said, I'm a Pisces, so I get it. Y'all got love on the brain. My hopeless romantics. I understand. So, y'all could be interested in starting to date someone, or you could be in the middle of dating someone, or this could be just y'all just enjoying life, going out, spending time with friends and family. That can be a date night too. It doesn't have to be romantic. So, let's find out what this is all about. Spirit. It's crazy. It's like I already read for Pisces the other day on my Patreon. Pisces and Aries, in fact. Y'all's love reading for December already did for both people who are in a relationship and those of y'all who are single. And here's Spirit's bringing it forward again. All right, Spirit. Show me. What is this about, Spirit? Yeah, I'm done with this deck for the night. All right, Spirit. Show me. From my Pisces, my beautiful mermaids and mermen, surrounding this energy, date night. Show me recent past. What's in the recent past, Spirit? Recent past, Spirit. Let's shuffle these cards right with my tiny bitty hands. Oh. Spirit, show me recent past energy surrounding date night. Tell me more. Tell me more, Spirit. Well, y'all made a decision. You took action. Go out with someone with a judgment here in the recent past. But Spirit's showing me it was a risky, I just heard ballsy move to make. Yeah, I'm not picking up like whoever you went out with that it was a good thing. I mean, I don't want to judge anybody, but I don't know. Let's find out more. Spirit. Show me. What's in the present energy surrounding date night from my Pisces people? Present energy for Pisces, Spirit, surrounding date night. Yeah, I guess this person may not have been the best choice, we'll say. Page of Cups. This is a younger energy. Could be someone younger than you. I don't feel like this is you. I don't know. Spirit, show me Pisces energy. Give me Pisces energy. Queen of Cups, there you're at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like this person you went out with, I just don't feel like they're mature. So it's someone younger than you or someone who just isn't as mature as you. I feel like you put some hopes into this, like you saw potential in it, but it did end up not being what you had anticipated it being. And that's been message for a lot of people lately. Spirit, tell me more. Tell me more about this Page of Cups. Tell me more. Five of Cups right there. Confirmation. Yeah. You're having to accept this, that it didn't go your way with this Page of Cups and the Five of Cups. And I know it's painful, especially when you have hopes of something, especially with this Ace of Pentacles. But problem is, this Ace of Pentacles was in reverse. So the opportunity was there for something to develop, but it wasn't what you thought. It wasn't what you had anticipated. I feel this person you went out with, they either can't keep plans or they're just immature overall. They might even be manipulative. I even get someone who's self-serving, so someone who's selfish. Doesn't think of anyone but themselves. And so now this is you coming to that realization. It's like, I don't feel like it's a deep hurt, but I feel like it stings. It's like a gut punch. Because I feel like there was natural chemistry there. But that chemistry went away once you went out with them and got to know them. And I feel like it left you in a lot of disappointment too, where you're regretting even giving it a chance. But I feel like Spirit wants you to know, don't regret it. You took a chance. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best person as far as option goes, but can't say you didn't go out and find out either. At least you won't be living in the future wondering what if. So look at it that way. Accept the closure from it. Spirit, what else? Give me one more. What is Page of Cups and Five of Cups? Tell me more before I go on. What's under the surface? Yep. Nine of Cups in reverse too. Someone very manipulative. Someone who disappointed you. Someone that wouldn't be fulfilling short term or long term. Like they're like a I don't want to call it a one night stand, but just someone you go out with once and it's like, nope, lose my number, you block them kind of energy. They're not someone that you can take seriously. Not someone you can bring home to mom and daddy either, is what Spirit just said. So, alright, Spirit, what's at the center of this that Pisces doesn't know that they need to know? What's at the center, Spirit? What's at the center that Pisces needs to know, please? Well, Spirit wants you to know it's time for you to focus on yourself, laying down the foundation, setting goals. It's like, take a look at this person and just think that this person taught you what you don't want, okay? So if you want to take a look at, you know, this childish energy over here, this Page of Cups, okay? This Page of Cups taught you what you don't want, okay? And it also taught you how to reach higher and start focusing, like Spirit just said, put your game plan together. Whether this is, you know, you're pursuing a relationship, you know, considering still going out with people to find your person, or this is in your career. For even some of y'all, this is, you know, hobbies. Just make sure you're living your life, fulfilling yourself. And if you focus on that, you're going to find happiness in the long run. You're going to find Spirit's going to come in and grant your wishes. You just give it time. You know, I understand that's something that's hard for y'all to see right now. Especially when, you know, you have your sights set on something in the hopes that maybe something will develop and it doesn't. And for someone, though, I get, like, this was a work romance. So someone watching me right now, this is someone you met through work. Whether this is someone you work with, or it's someone that works in the same company as you, or someone that you just randomly ran into while you were at work. And they looked good on the outside, is what Spirit said. But they're a sack of potatoes on the inside. I didn't say that. That's what Spirit said. Alright, Spirit. What else does Pisces need to know? Show me, Spirit. I feel like there's someone else in your circle that has their eye on you, but you don't realize it yet. I feel like it's even someone that you might already be friends with. And I feel like it's someone that's like putting on this front like they're, not that they wouldn't be a good friend, you know. I'm sure that's possible too. But what I'm saying is it's like they're trying to be your buddy so they can like get to know you better in hopes that they can build something to where maybe they'll get the courage one day to ask you out, to invite you out, or get their number, or you give them your number. That's what I'm picking up. There's someone else here. There's another energy. Spirit. Where's my other deck? Before I go there, let me do this. Spirit, show me this other energy, because I feel it. Tell me about this other energy for Pisces, Spirit. I just heard ooh la la. So, apparently this other person is a looker. Spirit said fancy. So my guys, hey, maybe you got a lady friend. Maybe she is fancy. But I don't feel like it's in a bad way. But I pick up fancy like, I don't want to say high maintenance, but someone who takes very good care of themselves, I'll say. And yeah, they might appreciate, it's not so much about the finer things. I feel like they have this, you know, they look at life in a practical way, in a logical way, in the context of, if they're going to spend their money on something, they're going to make sure it's of quality. It's not about the quantity, it's about quality. So they would rather have less of something if they can have the quality of something. You know, think of like clothes for an example. All right, Spirit, show me this energy. Because I feel like this other energy's here. Who's this other energy, Spirit? Because I feel them. Actually, it's the wrong deck. I want this one. Who's this energy, Spirit? Who's this other energy that has their eyes on Pisces? Fancy. Who is this person, Spirit? Show me. I feel like you really enjoy their laughter or their smile, or they really appreciate your smile. I feel like you might even mistake them as being like a player, but they're not. And I think it how do I say this? I don't know. All I can say, beautiful people, is it seems like, okay, and I'm not saying I'm all that, but I understand to society standards, I'm considered attractive. I'm not saying I'm, you know, a model or, you know, anything like that, okay? But I recognize, you know, to many people, I'm considered attractive. And I feel like people often will mistake me and think that because I'm attractive, that I get a lot of attention. I'm not saying that, you know, guys don't give me compliments or that, but I'll tell you one thing. I just said this the other day, in fact. You'd be surprised how many people who, you know, are considered attractive, they don't get asked out. People don't approach us because we end up intimidating y'all for whatever reason, and I don't know why. But our good looks end up going through and intimidating. So we don't ever get asked out. People are scared. So just so y'all know, you know, there's a big difference between someone paying you a compliment and someone, you know, actually going and approaching you, asking for your number, or, you know, something like that, and asking you out on a date. It's night and day. It's not the same. So, all right, Spirit, show me, who is this other person that has their eye on Pisces? I'll just say they're like someone who is a social butterfly, we'll say. Man or woman, doesn't matter. Tell me something else about this person. So, they might be someone that they're very family oriented. So I get someone who's traditional, but I pick up someone who likes to talk. I'm not saying it so much in a bad way, but we all know, it's like we all know that person who likes to do this. Talk about everyone else's life and what's going on with them instead of, you know, being more focused on their own life and living it to the best of their ability. They always got something to say about everyone else. So, all right, let me get back to this. Spirit, show me. What else does Pisces need to know about this person who's traditional, family-oriented, and is a chatterbox, we'll say? Spirit saying they might be someone, you know, every rose has its thorns, but Spirit saying that they might be worth the trouble. Okay? They might be worth the trouble. Thorny rose. And they might be worth the trouble, though. Not saying they're going to hurt you, but, you know, thorns. If you've ever handled a rose and those thorns, yeah, they don't feel so good. But it stings for a minute. Yeah, it cuts, but it heals after a couple days. At least for me. So, anything else about this other person, Spirit, that Pisces needs to know? Okay. They might be someone who suffers with low self-esteem. So, they may have some childhood trauma or have issues with abandonment. So whether that comes from childhood, like a parent abandoning them, or they might end up being a little clingy, we'll say, where I think it always happens when you start a new relationship and you end up developing strong feelings for each other. You know, it's like you always want to be with each other. You can't get enough of each other, right? In those beginning stages. But then after, you know, things, you know, move forward and time passes by, you know, that kind of, you know, dissipates, we'll say, in most cases. Not all, but in most cases. To where I feel like this person would still be that type of person. To where they're going to want that constant affection and attention from you. If that's something you like, you know, if you're all about the attention and affection, then this might be a good match for you. And I feel like they're going to let you know that, you know, if you let them know you would pursue them or you would go out with them, they would chase you. They're not afraid of the chase. But understand me, they're also afraid of being abandoned too. So there might be trouble with codependency in this. But it's up to you to decide. Some of y'all may like that. Others, y'all may not. Everyone's going to be different. Spirit. So I feel like they would be a strong, solid foundation for you, though. Where if you're looking for that mental and emotional, mature relationship, you would find it in this person. Alright, Spirit. What's the advice? What advice do you have for my Pisces? For my mermaids? Mermen? What's the advice, Spirit? Tell me more, Spirit. feel like things might... No, that's crazy. I just put it this way. I think this person will give you a run for your money. In the context of, they will challenge you. Y'all may not be able to... Like, I get the energy of opposites attract. So I feel like y'all might be opposites in a lot of ways. But I also feel like they're gonna, you know, make you see things through a different lens than what you're used to. It might even reach a point where, you know, they're going to remove, you know, like what that saying is, rose-colored glasses. I feel like they're going to be worth the battle, though. They're going to be worth fighting for. But Spirit's saying, be careful. Choose your battles. Choose your battles. Be wise about it. And don't allow this person to be controlling, because I get this Emperor energy. So they might be someone who likes to be in control. You know, that might be okay with you. But for some of y'all, y'all would say, no, Amanda, I don't want someone who's trying to control me or tell me what to do. I get it. I understand it. Just know that they might be someone who may not be willing to bend a whole lot if they are someone who always has to be in control. They just, I get this, they have this controlling nature about themselves. I pick up like this person because they might have those abandonment issues, so meaning clingy, needy. So think of someone too, when you think of being controlling, they might be controlling in the context of they don't want you going out with your friends and family without them, or they're not going to be okay with you spending so much time away from them outside of working. So I feel like you might end up having some spats over that, because they're not going to be able to understand sometimes why, you know, they can't go with you. You know, why you can't have just a night out with the guys or the girls, you know, where they're always going to want to be there. And it's, I'm not saying that they are not going to trust you, but I feel like there is going to be that hesitation where to gain their trust, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. So, but in the process of that, I get someone who could probably be very territorial in that way. So they're not going to be okay with you going out with the guys or the girls and knowing that other people of the opposite sex is going to be there too. That could possibly steal you away from them. So that is their fear. That's what I'm picking up. So they're going to want to, you know, not be possessive. They're not going to be okay with anyone else, you know, trying to seek attention from you outside of, you know, your family and some friends. But I do pick up a jealous streak. So I do pick up someone who would have an issue if you have friends of the opposite sex, no matter how long you've known them. Even if you got friends from childhood who you grew up with and you look at them as, like, say, siblings, they're not going to be okay with that. So you're going to have to lay down some boundaries and ask yourself if this relationship is worth pursuing. Can you handle, you know, their excessive jealousy or the need to control, you know, who you go out with and how often, you know, things like that. They might even be someone who's very controlling with their money too. So that might be another issue. I feel like they might be someone who they're mature in some ways, but in other ways they're still lacking a little bit. Okay. I feel like you could bring to the table to create that stable foundation where they could find, like, safety with you, to where they'll come up and meet, you know, and fill in that gap and even meet you, you know. It's not saying that they're beneath you, but I'm saying I feel like you could bring forward the right energy to this person and to this dynamic to where this person will finally feel free and feel like they can, you know, let their hair down or put their feet up and not be so worried. But again, it's going to take time. This person, I don't feel, is going to give you their trust overnight. But I do get someone who is attentive. I pick up someone who will be someone that likes to, you know, be giving both with their emotions, you know, so, you know, their heart is open, they're ready for love, but someone who's not going to be afraid to share expenses, we'll say. But again, there's going to be that boundary there where, okay, 50-50, like if y'all were to move in together, I see them being that type person. No, it's 50-50. It doesn't matter whether they make more than you or whatever. They're going to expect you to pay 50% of the bills. And when it comes to, you know, the chores around the house, I don't know, it depends on man or woman. So, I don't feel like you're going to have so much problem getting help from them. But again, I don't feel like they're going to allow you to know, like, what's their spending habits are. I don't feel like they're going to allow you to see, like, you know, what they bring home, or even after y'all, if it were to go into something stronger long term, I don't feel like they're going to be the ones that's going to fill you in on, like, how much is in their bank account kind of thing. So that's something you might have to pry out of them, because someone who's very controlling, and that includes their money. They might even be someone I pick up that has a pet peeve, like, they're, you know, they'll share some of their material things with you, but I don't feel like they're going to be, you know, just open and, you know, saying, oh, you know, you can use whatever you want. I don't pick that up. I feel like most things maybe, but they're gonna have those particular things that no matter what, you can't touch it. Okay? So they're very controlling of that aspect. That's what I just picked up, whoever this is. They can be domineering that in that way. So just be mindful, beautiful people. I feel like you can soften them up, but it's still going to take time. Spirit's saying it's worth it if you want it. Like anything else, you know. You got to adapt, adjust, learn each other's, you know, pet peeves and all those other things that probably makes all of our blood boil at some point, that kind of thing. All right, Spirit. Yeah, I want to pull from this deck real quick. Where'd it go? Show me what the potential problems can be in this dynamic, Spirit. What are the potential problems, issues, outside of being controlling, clingy, and needy? Show me, Spirit. From my beautiful Pisces people. I'm picking up on someone who also can be very opinionated, we'll say. And it could rub some people the wrong way. And I feel like you, being a Pisces, you can come in and soften that side of them up as well. Alright, Spirit. What are the potential issues in this connection? For my Pisces babies, please and thank you. But I feel like they'll very much be devoted to you and to y'all's relationship. Spirit, what's the potential other problems? Excuse me. What's the potential issues or problems, Spirit? I feel like you might catch them at times, like they may act like they're mentally checked out. You know how I said that you might, for someone like this person can be very opinionated. And I feel like you can come in and soften that side of them up, soften their edges a little bit. I feel like once you start doing that, that's when they're going to become a little two-faced, okay? So they're going to act fake, okay, to people. Like they'll smile on someone's face, you know, because they're trying to work on that side of them for you. But the moment that person walks away, it's going to be in your ear. And God knows who else. And you know how I said they're going to be someone that might be very jealous, want to be in control. Well, invasion of privacy. So there's someone who might look through your phones even. Want to know who you've been talking to. Someone who's going to be checking your email. And yeah, they probably, you know, want you to share their, you know, your location with them. Yeah, I pick up someone who will probably eavesdrop too. Like if you were on a phone with someone in another room. I feel like they would be like standing right up against the wall, trying to listen in on the conversation, if not standing by the door. What else, Spirit, about this that Pisces needs to be aware of? Last one. Yeah, because of their controlling ways and the insecurity, it might even feel like they might drain people's energy sometimes. It may even feel like they might drag you down, okay? Just be mindful of that too. So the energy is going to feel drained to where it's like, they're going to have to like really like pump themselves up to get excited about things. So I get someone that may not be very optimistic, we'll say. I get someone who might be more of a pessimist than an optimist. And that can kill the vibe. So, which isn't always good. Some people don't know how to, you know, be happy. Or maybe they're just more reserved. They hide their emotions. Don't let people know what they're thinking or feeling all the time. So that might be something that creates that problem. Or you're very loving and nurturing, you know, being a Pisces and want to make everyone else happy. I'm not so much picking that up from this person. Not saying they can't be that way, but overall, in general, public settings, I don't feel like they're the ones that's going to be like the ones always talking. They'll be more of the observer, but there's still going to be someone too. You know, when they have something to say, they're not afraid to say it. But then it's something they're going to have to work on. If you keep telling them, you know, they need to learn how to be more considerate, have more empathy, which I feel like you coming into the picture, if you do pursue this, you will be able to bring out more of that softer, compassionate side of them. But it's still going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Anything else, Spirit? What else? Oh, let me get some advice. Or no. Show me best possible outcome, Spirit. Best possible outcome. That's what I didn't do. What's the best possible outcome? For my beautiful Pisces people. Best possible outcome. Yeah, there's going to be a drastic change for you. And I feel like it might, you know, be hard to adjust to it. But Spirit's saying, don't hold back. You know, have some faith. But know that this person, you know how I said, they're going to be controlling with the money. Yeah, they're coming in with the King of Pentacles right here in reverse. So they're definitely going to want to control the money, their material. But if you're really ready to give it a shot, here it is, the Fool. At least there's an opportunity. See where it goes. I'm not saying it's your soulmate. I didn't get no, you know, Two of Cups or the Lovers didn't come out, but might be something or someone you can go out with and still learn something from them. Have an experience, just make memories. You never know. You never know what the future holds. You know, you drive it. Remember, you're in charge of your life. Nobody else is in charge of it except for you. And don't allow anyone to tell you differently either. So, Spirit has a way. Making things right. And also serving up karma when it needs to. Anything else, Spirit? Do you have any other messages, Spirit? I want to grab an angel card for my Pisces people. Be careful that you don't allow the physical to take over, meaning the physical sexual relationship. Like, don't confuse sex with love, okay? So Spirit's saying, you know, you might end up, because y'all argue a lot, y'all may end up having a lot of, you know, makeup, you know, when it reaches that. But overall, if you're, you know, if you're looking for stability, Spirit's showing me that you will have, you know, financial stability and security with this person, with the fish coming out, which is all about your abundance, having success and wealth, being prosperous. But being prosperous means more than just the money and material. Being prosperous is also the mental and the emotional and the spiritual. It's like I remember saying once that I heard a long time ago, you know, it went something along the lines about, you can be rich financially and material-wise, but piss poor morally, you know. And being piss poor morally, you're not going to find fulfillment in that if, you know, your mental and emotional is not being met. Hi, Sunnyland. How you doing, beautiful? It's good to see you, honey. Alright. I'm going to grab an angel card real quick before I end this. I've been doing love readings all day today. I've been working since 4 o'clock this morning. But most of the readings I did was for my Patreon membership. And then Spirit asked me to come out and do these few. So, I said, alright. Yeah, I know. Can you just imagine going at it since 4 in the morning? And I still got more of those to still do. I wanted to get some paid readings done as well, but I'm trying to get these others knocked out first. As long as Spirit don't distract me anymore, and I can get to my other work, get that completed first. Yeah, it's been a very busy day. Alright, Spirit. Closing message for Pisces. Please and thank you. It's a closing message for Pisces. Spirit. Please and thank you. Alright, Spirit. Closing message, please. And thank you. The Angel of Wisdom. The angels are letting you know that working on nurturing a deeper connection with your own divine power can help you to deal with changes and challenges with ease, and can assure you become your own tower of wisdom and calming presence in your life. That's true about Pisces. We're full of a lot of wisdom. I think half of it's our own intuition, the other half is just life experience. It's both, which is a good thing. So, let's see. Reports. So, I want to do Cancer's reading tonight on my Patreon membership, and then do the other signs tomorrow. So, what time is it? 9:20. Do I want to do one tonight? I don't know. Maybe I'll come back tonight, I don't know. But if I do, it'll be for paid readings only. And unless I go there on the website instead of coming out here. Or I can stay more focused. I don't know yet. We'll see. So, well, my beautiful people, I'm gonna run so I can get some of my other work done for my Patreon members. So, in case y'all are interested in a personal reading, y'all can find the details in the pinned comment in the chat or in the description box to the stream or on my actual YouTube page. And if you want to join my membership, I have both a membership on YouTube and one on Patreon. I know, honey. I'm trying to remember that. Watch, because of me working all day today and into tonight, I'll probably be dead tomorrow. But we'll see. But I will, honey. I'm going to get Cancer's reading done first, because they're the next reading, love reading I got to do for my Patreon members. I just do it in 2 separate readings. I do both one that's in a relationship, so it's like for the person on your mind, and then I do a singles reading for the zodiac. So if I can at least get Cancers done tonight, then I'll feel like I got my job done today. And then I'll get to the rest tomorrow on the next day. So beautiful people, thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed or liked, love to have you. Again, if you want to join my membership, there's the YouTube option and Patreon. And if you're curious about paid readings, if you want a personal reading with me, those details are in the description box and the pinned comment in the chat. So my beautiful people, I'm gonna leave y'all, sending y'all with so much love and light and many blessings. Till next time.